How's it going, guys? And welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're brand new. So today is another day working on the EJ257. I think this is part 4 now of rebuilding the EJ257. So today is mostly going to be all about splitting the block, taking the heads off, and we basically, last video is coming out soon. You guys have probably already watched it, but we've stripped everything down and now we're ready to take it apart. So let's see what Stasi is doing, and he'll basically explain a little bit of what he's done already to it. So let's go over to him.
You guys have seen from the last video, we had a lot of trouble with one of the TGV bolts up here, and it is currently sheared off right there. And my brother and I have tried heating it up, extracting it out. That didn't work. Drilling through it and tapping it out. That didn't work. So hopefully we can find a shop here, probably either today or tomorrow, when we don't really have anything to do, and take it to the shop and then have somebody extract it out. Hopefully they can get it out without damaging the head too much. I really want to save the head. I don't really want to buy another head. So for this side, removing the heads, I've already taken off the cam caps. I've taken off the buckets, the cams themselves, the cam carrier over here with the 2 oil seals, and have kind of cleaned it up to prepare it for the shop. And now the next thing we're gonna do to get the actual head detached from the block there are 6, it looks like 12.14 mil bolts in there, and we need to break all those loose to actually get the head detached from the actual block. And one little pointer is, after you have loosened these in any way, after they've been torqued down to the specific setting and you're taking your head off and you've loosened them, you can no longer reuse these. You have to get a whole new set of head bolts, because the thing is, once you torque them down to a specific setting, those bolts actually stretch. And once you loosen them, they remain stretched, so you can't actually torque them down and reuse them to the setting that it's supposed to be at, because it's going to read wrong no matter what. So yeah.
All right, so it's mostly now is just taking the heads off, especially the driver's side right now, because we got to get that sheared bolt off. Try to take it over to the shop. So we're gonna time lapse most of this, and after that we can explain what we did after we take this head off. So we'll see you guys after that. All right, so we got a little update for you guys. We just took the driver's side head off right here, as you can tell, and everything's laying over here. So that is the driver's side head and all the cam gears, and we got them lined up just the way we took them out. And now we are working on the passenger side head. And it's basically in here. We got these bolts down there, 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. You'll want to take those out, and then you can get the head off. So we are working.
One more quick note here. When you're taking them off, just as you're tightening them down, the head bolts, you want to take them off in a cross pattern. So like the front upper, rear lower, then front lower, rear upper, top bottom.
All right. Yeah. So we're gonna get this head off real quick here, and we'll get back to you guys after it is done.
ready?
All right, so we just finished up taking the passenger side head off, and now it's just down to the short block, as you guys can see. Next thing we gotta do is take the water pump off right there.
And the oil pump as well.
Yeah, oil pump as well. And then I think after that we can split the short block, but we also need to
buy the bit.
Yeah, buy the right size bit.
To be able to take the pistons out.
Yeah.
The wrist pins.
Yeah, but right now we're gonna go to the shop and get that driver's side head over to the shop to see if they can try to take that sheared bolt off in there.
Hopefully they can without damaging the head at all, or having to retap it, or
yeah. All right, quick little update for you guys. We actually have not taken the water pump and the oil pump off yet.
Because this cover right here, to get to the wrist pins, we had to take this cover off and we had to take this cover off. And both of these covers, somebody torqued the bolts
like
down.
800 foot-pounds.
Yeah,
and as
so
you
like a ridiculous number, and we had to...
Basically all of them look like that.
We had to extract every single one, and it took us, let's see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts that are Phillips heads. And it took us probably an hour to an hour and a half to figure out how to extract them all. All we were doing was just hammering them with one of the extractor tools and then trying to pry it out of there with a socket. So
yeah, I think we broke 3 Phillips heads.
3 or 4, Phillips bits.
Yeah, trying to get those screws out.
Yep. And then we used the torque gun. That didn't work with 300 foot-pound rating. Nothing, so we had to just hammer those and shock those out of there, which was ridiculous. But now that we have both of these covers off, we were able to get to the wrist pins, and what you're going to want to do is turn the crank until the wrist pins are aligned in here, and then you want to take these like C-clips out of there, and then what you want to do next is put a long, I don't know, screwdriver. If you have a flathead screwdriver, put it through the other side and kind of bang it out until the wrist pins pop out of this side. And
but you'll have to line them up.
Yeah, you have to turn the crank to line them up with the holes there. And then same goes with this side. You'll have to put a screwdriver on this end to pry the wrist pins out of there. So now that that's complete, we are going to put the short block back on the engine stand, and then we will be taking off all the bolts to split the cases apart. And we still
got to get the water pump.
Still have to get the water pump and the oil pump off. Otherwise, we can't split those halves.
Yeah.
But after we get the water pump and the oil pump off, we should be able to just unbolt those and then, dead blow them off of there.
Yeah. So, I think for just tonight, we're going to finish it off with just the water pump and oil pump, and we'll be done for tonight. Yeah.
Oh, and another thing. So like I said, cylinder 2 was having really bad compression. I mean, I was getting half of what 1 through 4 was getting, and this is the cylinder 2 piston, and there's nothing wrong with it. So I have no idea why it was getting bad compression. The rings look fine. It's not damaged in any way. All the oil scraper looks fine on there. So I really have no idea what is going on right now. And I'm thinking it might be valves. And they're like a stuck valve or something stuck open. So where it's losing compression. I'll have to look into it. I'll have to get my heads compression checked and make sure that they're actually sealing, all the valves are sitting on there properly. But yeah, I don't really know what to think about this right now, so I have to look into it later. I have to take everything to the machine shop to get machined. So that's going to be a lot of work, a lot of time. It'll take a couple of weeks for the machine shop to get back to me. So yeah, and a lot of money. So
Yeah. All right, well, for now, we're just gonna take the water pump and oil pump off. So let's get doing that. All right, so we just finished taking off the water pump and oil pump and a little bracket that was over here. To take off the water pump, it's pretty simple. You got, what, 6 bolts right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep.
And oil pump
like 1, 2,
right
3,
there.
4, 5,
just
6,
undo
same.
those. Basically, super easy, get them off. And then there was a bracket right here with these 3 screws. We took that off too. Today we're not going to be splitting the short block in half. We'll do that on another video, but that is all we got for you guys for today. We'll do splitting the short block in the next video. All right, guys, that is all we got for you in this video. Thanks so much for sticking around, watching till the end. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a like, turn it blue. And if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.